Hello, you guys. Welcome to my channel. Jesus wants you. I'm the watchman on the wall, Nikki Pratt. On Valentine's Day, strange love. Now, some of us, I know there's people that celebrate Valentine's Day. There are a lot of people that don't. However, this video is not about that. But what I also want to remind you of is don't forget when you're celebrating the greater love. The greater love from above, which is Jesus the Christ, John 3:16. John 3:16, there was no greater love than that. Okay? No greater love than that. When you see a love like that, matter of fact, you can't find a love like that. Let's just be real. You cannot find a greater love than Jesus Christ. There's no greater love than the one from above who made it all possible for remissions of sins, who made it all possible for you to even be here today. Okay? So while we focus on love for your sweethearts, your friends, your family, let's not forget the one who gave his heart, L-O-V-E. Okay, I can't make no heart, but you get what I'm saying. For us, John 3:16. But I also wanted to share with all my single men, single ladies, strange love. On Valentine's Day, strange love. Now, I want you to get your pen and some paper. Not necessarily have to I know. Well, you know what? I always say you cannot come to this channel without your Bible. We're going to keep that motto going. Okay? We not going to use the Bible today, but bring it anyway. You just never know. Okay? Bring it anyway. Because you can't come here without it. So bring it anyway. Just set it on the side. But I want to share something with you on a serious tip. Very important, because I want you guys to be very knowledgeable. Wisdom is key, especially single women, godly men. Wisdom is key in dealing with relationships, okay? And I'm going to, throughout it, I'm going to give some examples, but I'm going to try not to go so far in depth, because in the near future, and I'll tell you kind of like when, I'm going to do a, I'm so sorry. Let me pause the video. Hold on. Okay. Ooh. All right, I had to get some water. But anyway, so I want you to be knowledgeable, because there's a lot of times you can walk into some things and not knowing. If you get in this type of relationship, what I'm going to tell you about, it could ruin you. It could destroy you spiritually. It could just mess you up totally, mentally, to where you would have to seek help. You would need deliverance, like 911 101. Okay? Strange love. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So what strange love am I talking about? Narcissism. Narcissistic men and women. Yes, it comes in all forms, but I want you to get a pen and paper and write this down. You got to be on the lookout. Narcissistic, these are narcissistic traits that you can identify in a person. Narcissism is very prevalent, especially in this day and time, because people want to be given over to certain drugs and doing all kinds of things, and I don't know if a lot of it could come from their, I'm not a psychologist, I don't know, but if a lot of it come from their childhood, I don't know, but I can just tell you it's dangerous. So some of the things I tell you about, write it down, okay? So if you're ever with someone and you have this uneasy feeling about someone that you're dating, don't put it to the side. Well, I just met him. It's just brand new. If you get that uneasy feeling, don't quite cut it off yet, but just kind of raise up have a mental flag in your head, like, okay, I'm pay attention to that. And let me give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. Okay, like they're not being totally genuine, like they got something to hide, or it's a bit too much too soon. And let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. They just met you, and they buy you a gift. Be like, oh, that is so thoughtful of you. Oh, wait a minute. I just met them, and they bought me a gift. Or here's another one. You just met them, and they're pressuring you to kiss them. A little bit much too soon. These are some things you need to pay attention to. So, the life for and of a narcissist is really and all about them. They make everything about them. They would try to turn things around and blame it on you. Let me just read some things to you, okay? While most of us have some narcissistic traits, we all try to get our own needs met, and lots of people are selfish. The true narcissist is so damaged, though, that they can't see things from anyone else's perspective but their own. Now, how can you know if the person you're dating is actually a grade A narcissist? These are the signs to look for. So, when you're dating a narcissist, the relationship is likely to be very intense and very early on. Just like I explained. I mean, just like, bam, you'd be like, whoa, dude or girl, like, wow. It's in your face type of thing, okay? They may take you to expensive places, shower you with gifts and give you lots of attention, make extravagant promises about what they can do to help you, and generally make you feel like a queen. I mean, like early on, they'll start talking about paying your bills, hey, I can come on your job and just, bring you flowers and gifts and, and I mean, just early on. Okay, making extravagant promises, all right? And generally, have you thinking like, oh, wow, this one, he or she, this can be it. Strange love. But beware, it is not what it seems, and is in fact a carefully staged performance designed to woo you. It is very seductive. Because who don't want to be treated like a queen or a king? Who don't want to get gifts? Who don't want to get lavish gifts? But at what cost is what you need to ask yourself, okay? At what cost, okay? Don't be under the illusion and a facade that this is about you, because it ain't. It's all about them. All about them, okay? And they're and they pretend like they just really, really into you. The narcissist is fond of making grand gestures because they love the idea of being seen to be generous. And then they'll tell you things like, oh, I'm such a nice person. Oh, such and such say I'm a nice person. Ex so and so, my ex-mother-in-law still they say that I'm generous and I'm such a good person. They don't know why I left daughter, or and they just all in. Watch them people that tell you how good they are. Come on, we can bring scripture in this. You shall know them by their fruit. Man, woman, if you good, let me be the judge of that. How about that? So, let's go a little further. Down the line, they'll remind you saying, I've done, then, here it comes, I've done so much for you. You know, I did this for you, and I did that, and when I first met you, I thought you were a gift. I mean, I didn't have to do that. I was just trying to be nice. I mean, I bought you a gift, and look at you. You're so ungrateful. Pay attention to this word, ungrateful. You're so ungrateful. You know, I just go all out, and I'm a nice person. I love. That's what I do. I go all in, and I'm really nice, and this is what I do for you, and this is how you treat me. You supposed to love me. Ain't you gonna show me some love? You just met him. Okay? You just met him. So a narcissist, without fail, extremely charming and charismatic. You will feel irresistibly drawn to them, like a magnet. Like you just, you just can't let go, because that's how they woo you. They have you. They got their claws off into you. They done seduced you with all these gifts, and then have you confused, thinking, "Oh, that's my soulmate. Oh." So we got such chemistry. Oh, he likes me. All he talks about is me, and he buys me this or she buys me that, and she's really into me, man. She into you with them claws. He into you with them claws. Pay attention, okay? It ain't what it seems. They love the power they have to manipulate feelings. Remember what I've always said about manipulation, domination, and intimidation. If you could keep those three words, you could go a long way in a relationship. Now, let me backtrack and tell you about this. Early in the video, talking about this, I said when somebody starts telling you things early on, like, and this is something else to watch for. You know, they just meet you and they start talking about marriage. I'm talking the same day you meet them, they talking about marriage. Now, let's not get that confused with, because there is such things as love at first sight. It's in the Bible, love at first sight. But then there's a love at first sight that's strange. Repeat after me. Love, okay? You would know the difference. You'll know the difference between what's real and what's not. If you got that feeling in your gut, go with that gut feeling. Just keep your eyes open at this point, okay? So when they say, I love you, they mean that. They love the way they feel when they see themselves through your admiring eyes. They love the power to manipulate you and your feelings and through your feelings. Okay? You get in that too good to be true vibe. You know, like you get to work, you tell your friends, or you get to school, you know what, man, this is, he or she just so awesome. This is just getting too good to be true. I don't know. I mean, this could really be it. But then you got these flags in your head that something just ain't adding up. A narcissist will convince you that they're wealthy and they have an amazing job. They'll tell you about their fame, that they're famous, and they just be famously lying. Or powerful contacts. They'll tell you about people they know. Oh, I know such and such. Oh yeah, I know Jamie Foxx. I'm just throwing something out there. Yeah. Yeah. So quite often, though, these things just don't add up. You may find that in spite of their affluence, they're living in a shabby one-bedroom flat in a rundown area. But they had you thinking that they're in some mansion, so to speak. If you question them about it, though, they'll come up with some convincing reason, which will be a convincing reason of a lie. That's all it's going to be. The narcissist suffers from delusions of grandeur and is usually a pathological liar. Didn't I just say that? A liar. Sometimes they even start to believe their own lies. And let me just tell you something about lies. When you're going into a relationship, and this is one of the things that I'm going to talk about in the relationship video, the singles video, man, don't miss it. It's going to be good, okay? Not gonna be, going to be good, all right? If starting out, don't be afraid to ask questions. There is no such thing as a stupid question. There is no such thing as a question too early. Ask them questions. If they got reserve of answering, they act like they don't want to answer them, that means that they want to hold back on some things. That means they don't want to reveal some things. That means that they don't want to reveal the truth. That means that they're withholding information. Withholding information can also be equal to a lie. I'm just going to tell it like I see it. Okay? So, despite all outward appearances, it turns out narcissists don't actually like themselves. They don't. And let me tell you why that is. I mean, how you would know and to recognize it. They will start pointing out things about you. Oh, all your imperfections. And when I say that, I mean something about you. You know, they'll start talking about your nose, your eyes, something, you know, and just little things that you probably paid attention to or you didn't. But they'll start picking at things, and then you'll start noticing, well, wait a minute. They say they like me, but all they ever do is put me down. All they ever do is say bad things about me. I mean, he or she talked about my looks, talked about my hair, talked about the way my ear was made. I mean, everything will be negative, nothing positive about you. But yet they'll tell you that they so into you and that they like. Hold up. They'll tell you that they love you, not like you. Love you. You be like, we're a weekend and you love me? Really? But yet they talking about you. Strange love. Okay? When they look in the mirror, or more accurately, look inside themselves, they don't like what they see. So that's why they go in on you with you might not even have no imperfections as far as your looks. You know, everybody has something about them that they don't like. But they will home in on stuff that you didn't even know or thought you had. Okay? So, in fact, they find it so unacceptable that they invent a different self, a false persona, who is the person they wish they were. They reinvent their past and will ply you with stories of tragedy or tales of a perfect fairy tale upbringing. You know, they'll just start launching out stuff. And everything will be about them. They cannot accept any form of criticism. None. They don't want to hear it. When they start hearing it, they lash out, they start screaming, and their voices get out loud, while the narcissist has no problem dishing out complaints. Here it comes. And in fact, seems to find fault with most people. They are hypersensitive to criticism themselves. Even the mildest of suggestions that they've made a mistake or have flaws is likely to result in a range of adverse reactions. They may explode in fury or alternatively withdraw and become sulky and silent. They don't want to say nothing. They ignore you. All of a sudden they was into you, they love you, and they like everything about you, and all of a sudden they don't want nothing to do with it. Most narcissists are very adept at turning the criticism around and blaming you. Putting you in a position where you feel like, well, what they want is for you to apologize, and there's no need to apologize because you're like, well, wait a minute, I hadn't done anything. What am I apologizing for? This can be subtle and you don't realize it's happening. And you may well find yourself apologizing for something you didn't even do just to make the peace. It is only afterwards that you wonder to yourself, how did this even come about? How did this conversation even come up? Then you get this feeling of, well, should I agree to disagree? No. Can two walk together, lest they be agreed? No. I paraphrase that. The narcissist will take disagreement very personally. Very personally. And it's a form of criticism. They've become angry or simply refuse to engage in a discussion, saying something like, well, we'll just have to agree to disagree. There you go. This leaves you feeling increasingly frustrated, as you can never drive a point home or even get your view heard. I'm going to tell you one other thing that they do. They talk over you. They talk over you. They have no respect. They don't give you time to talk. They're going to talk over you. Blah, 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 blah. That's what they do. They ain't going to give you no time to talk. And flip everything around when it's them and put it on you. Okay? You always end up doing what they want. Beware of that. For this happens subtly. Okay? You probably won't notice straight away, but after a month or two together, you may start to wonder why you always go to this place, this restaurant, or why we always go bowling all the time. I might want to go to the movies. What are we going bowling for? We did this 4 times already. Even on your birthday, they'll take you somewhere that they want to go. Talk you right into it. You start to feel bad about yourself because all they do is constantly put you down. So all of a sudden you're feeling bad about yourself. It's why you got to be, I thought about somebody saying, it's why you got to be strong. You got to be strong. And let them know. When you spot a narcissist, you know what? You narcissistic. And I'm going to tell you right now, you got the wrong one. You can play the mind games on somebody else, but over here, it ain't going to happen. Turn that flip-flop witchcraft crap back onto them, because that's all it is. Narcissism is all it is. I did a video. Many of you met me by that video, and it was something like when to disconnect from family or something. And I brought up about soul ties and narcissistic people and family members and things of that nature. Parents, okay? Okay, like I said, they'll start to fault you for everything. They'll blame you for everything that goes wrong, big or small. You will find yourself apologizing more and more for things that is just not your fault. So what to do about it? Okay? Narcissists rarely change. I'm just going to tell you, they don't change. Most times they do not. If you tell them, look, you know what, you actually got a condition and you need some help. You need some help. I've been told, you need some help spiritually and naturally. Okay? They don't like to take responsibility for nothing. Okay? And the only real possibility of them getting help is few to none. Okay? You can coerce them to do it, pray about it, maybe they will, but I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't even you pray about it from afar. Tell them, get better, but get better for somebody else. I holler and pray for them on your knees somewhere else at your own address. Don't even try to be with them, because those type of relationships are toxic, poison. You don't want nothing to do with it. Somebody say it. Strange love. Okay? They need therapy. Most therapists, watch this, won't even take them in, because they like to flip the script and start questioning the therapist. trying to make them feel like they in the chair. They in a lounge chair getting basically their head broken down and examined. Okay? So they'll start manipulating the therapist and looking down on them. However, all is not lost. It's just like when any other disease or condition, you have to first recognize that you have a problem. And they're not going to get better until they recognize that they have a problem. And it can be dealt with. The Lord can do exceedingly and above all that we can ask or think. If you believe or know someone that has these type traits, do what I told you. See if they will get some help. But it can damage a relationship. It can damage a marriage. And Lord Jesus, I pray for the soul that has married a person that is narcissistic. Okay? There are unhealthy entanglements, unhealthy soul ties, and I sure hope nobody's sleeping with them. You ain't supposed to be doing that anyway, godly men and women. But be careful. Watch out for these things. These type people. It's toxic. It's poison. Very poisonous. I have on red because my job, I came home today, had to do some things, and I was like, you know what? Let me do this video. But we have multicolors of uniforms at work, and my job wanted everybody to wear red. Go figure. Anyway, so I hope you guys have been blessed by this. Keep an eye, beware. Don't get entangled in. And if you find that you with somebody and you got, get you a numbered system of flags. Don't ignore those flags. You with them a week, and some of us are tolerant. Some of us are intolerant. We're just like, you know what? This ain't right. I'm out. Peace. Deuces. Then it is what it is. But, you may be that one, I'm going to just hang in there a little bit. I'm going to give it another week. And if I get some more flags, don't ignore those flags. Because a lot of people, they make that mistake just to settle, and just because they treating you right, they paying your bills. Look, the Lord can do exceedingly and above all that we can ask or think. A roommate can pay bills. You don't need that type of foolishness in your life. Get rid of it right then. Tell a person what you're going to deal with and what you ain't going to deal with right up front. Just lay it on out there. That way it won't be no mistakes. Man, I can't wait to do that video. But I got another video to do after this, because I need to do a royal urgent announcement. So, again, happy Valentine's Day to all of you in Christ's love. That's the type of Valentine's I serve. Not this man-made stuff. But, we can show love to our loved ones any day of the week. So, but anywho, I love you guys. See you next video. Thanks.